Greetings, y'all. So, this is a quick message. I wanted to hurry up and record it before I lose it, before I forget it, because I was out walking my dogs and I was like, okay, if I don't write this down or either record it, I'm gonna lose it. And I feel like it's best to if I have the opportunity to at least get my phone out and record, I'll do it. But I came back inside and I'm like, okay, I'm almost finished walking my dog. So as soon as I get in the house, I'm going to record this. Let me pray about it. Make sure that this is something that I'm supposed to release before I say it. So while I was walking, I got this download, revelation download, whatever. And I was picking up that whoever this is for, whoever resonates with this, you'll know it's for you. You may have been romantically involved with someone, or you could have been interested in someone, could have been a friend, could have been just someone that you guys had a little thing for, or whatever, crush, right? And this person, I feel like, liked you too, or they fancied you as well. But this person may have chose logic and chose superficiality and their flesh over the connection that you guys had. So this person, something about you may have not been this person's type. It may not be physically. It could just be your spiritual beliefs. It could be, you guys live different type of lifestyles or something. Something about you two were different. And I feel like this person, they chose these things, and it could have been when you were younger. Maybe you're thinking about somebody that you knew when you were younger, in your adolescence or young adulthood, or maybe you are in your young adulthood for some of you listening. But this person, I get that they're younger than, they're maybe younger emotionally or mentally. They're a little immature for some of you, or you guys are still young, like I said. And whether you're male or female, this person may have been a little immature, very into what's trendy, whether it's what's trendy in the spiritual community, whether it's trendy, superficial looks. Let's say, for instance, for a woman, they're into the whole thug look, guys that are, look like thugs, hip hop dudes, whatever, or guys, Instagram model types, or spiritual community. Oh, they gotta have, he has to have a certain type of look, or she has to have a certain type of look, or whatever, right? And they looked at you as something that was different, maybe abnormal, or your lifestyle just didn't fit. So, or it could have been, your body type was not usually what they go for, or your complexion, or something really silly, or your height, whatever. And I feel like this person, again, it was because of immaturity. That's the basis of it, because God showed me a person that later they're going to really regret choosing superficial connections over a real connection. Because when you get older, you realize this, or as you mature as a person, I shouldn't say age-wise, but as you mature within yourself, mentally and emotionally and spiritually, certain things that you used to be attracted to, or things that you found used to be fun, or, just whatever. As that scripture says, when I became a man, I let go of childish things, right? Or my childish ways, or whatever. I can't remember how the scripture goes. But anyway, it's you put down childish things and ways when you mature, right? So this person themselves, they are not mature on some level, okay? When they get to a place where they have reached that maturity, they're going to look back and look at their relationship choices and the people that they may have dated. And I feel like at some point they're going to look at your connection and they're going to say to themselves, they had something that was significant, something that was unique, something that may not come around often, or maybe for some may not come around again. God makes no mistakes. Everything happens the way that it's supposed to. So it may not necessarily be that you guys were meant to be together, or that, they weren't supposed to be with you, but you were a catalyst to this person to teach them that very lesson, that it's soul over the flesh, right? And I get the Lover's card in my mind's eye. It's you have a choice to choose a higher purpose, higher calling, or something of the soul, or you can stay oblivious and choose something of the flesh, the carnal. And I feel like that's what this person did. They chose the flesh. They chose, worldly things over spiritual things. And for you, it may very well have been a lesson as well to honor and choose yourself and to embrace yourself more, because in those instances, and I've had these experiences very often in my life, feeling like never being the one that was chosen or picked, whether that's romantically or just in any life circumstance. And with love specifically, because that's what we're talking about, I've always been a little different, never enough, whether I was at one point I was too skinny for some, at some point I was too, thicker for some, or just something about me was always different. Like I would always get later on in life, people, coming to me talking about they always had a crush on me, or they always had feelings for me, or they were scared to tell me that they liked me, but they didn't go for me because of, their lifestyle. Or I had an instance with this guy in high school. He was one of the popular boys in school, and I was not popular at all, but I wasn't like a nerd or nothing. I was just, in between. Like I was just, cool in the background. I may had associates of, different groups or whatever, but I would stay low key. This guy, I didn't even know that he liked me until we were out of high school, and he came out and said that he always had a crush on me. And it's kind of like those things where you feel like because you don't have something or you look like a certain type that you get overlooked. And for some of you guys, this is a healing lesson for you. This is not for you to take this as rejection, because rejection is God's protection. And believe me, that is so true. When I look back at the things or the people that I wanted, and as I got older, I looked at it and it was like, I checked myself, like, why did you want those things? Or you could see clearly why it wasn't of your highest good in the first place. And I have to thank God for that. And there may have been instances where I did go and like try to, see what it was about. And I did end up getting hurt, or I did end up feeling like I wasted my time, but I learned a lesson. I was able to see that, okay, this is why it was being rejected from me. So don't look at this situation as a reflection of you not being worthy, or not being good enough, because there is something or someone that is divinely fit and tailored just for you, that is going to love all of who you are. I've seen it plenty of times. Don't let anybody tell you that because you don't have a certain look, or you're not doing what everybody else is doing, or you don't look or dress and talk like everybody else, your beliefs, or you might have little quirks about you, that you cannot be loved and appreciated, because that is simply not true. We have a lot of worldly, egotistical, superficial, misogynistic, platforms out there that will have women believe that they're not good enough because of their weight, whether they feel like they're underweight, overweight, because of their hair texture, their complexion, their class, because they're not hot girl summer, they don't got thousands of followers and all types of money and going on these, exotic trips and stuff, that you're not beautiful, you're not worthy. That's not true. These are worldly things. Like, it's cool. Don't get me wrong. It's cool to, be able to live a certain type of lifestyle, where you are financially free, you do what you want, whatever, and be an independent woman to a certain degree. But some of these things that we're being taught, they're for entertainment purposes, and a lot of it is just worldly shit. It doesn't really mean anything at the end of the day. Excuse my language, but it at the end of the day doesn't really matter, because all of these superficial things, they are fleeting. These material things are fleeting. So all you have is your word, your character, your essence, your vibe, your spirit, your soul. That's all that you really have at the end of the day, when it comes down to it. So, am I going to choose a big booty, whatever, for right now, that, is aesthetically pleasing, maybe physically pleasing, but the soul is lacking? It's cool for a time, or this, having a guy that has money or has clout and popularity, fame, whatever. But if there's a soul lacking there, then what is it worth? You know what I mean? Because when you're younger, when you're a girl, you get attracted to boys and you're looking at, oh, he's so cute, and oh, everybody likes him, and you look at the superficial. But when you become more mature and you grow into your womanhood, some women don't fully develop at certain ages, but when you mature within yourself, you'll see that, he has to have more than that. You know what I mean? It can't just be, oh, he's fine, or he's cute, or he has this, he has that. What is his character like? How is he treating you, And some people will stay with people simply because of what they have, what comes with them and how they look or the sex. And that stuff doesn't mean anything if there's no peace. And I've had to learn this lesson as well. So whoever this person is that you have on your heart and your mind at this time, or that this message resonates with you, this person later on, if not already, they will have a moment where they have this revelation that they overlooked the wrong person, and now they wish they would have been able to, or they will wish that they would have chosen better as far as the type of people that they got, and that they would do anything to have somebody with the type of connection and vibe that you guys had, because it was genuine. But I feel like this person was more so, and is maybe still, if this is still going on, it's more concerned with the superficial. They're more concerned with how people see them, how they're perceived, and looking for validation from everybody else around them. So they pick and choose partners based upon that, and based off of superficial things, or because they grew up maybe as the ugly duckling or the nerd in school. They weren't the jock, or they weren't the most prettiest girl in school, that now, that maybe they are popular, attractive, or they are someone that is sought after for whatever reason. They feel like, okay, I got to choose what looks like fits that, and it's superficial things. It's not based off of anything real, and you yourself are looking down upon yourself. But you got to look at this from your spiritual perspective and really, kind of balance out your emotions and look at this clearly and see it for what it is, that, it's not based off of anything of substance, okay? And you are being divinely protected, or you were at the time, if this is past tense. But yeah, this person is, or they will come to a place where, they're just they're going to get what was the lesson, to choose more from the heart rather from the flesh and solely from the mind, but choose from the soul, the spirit, and what's being presented, because God presented you to this person for a reason. No, it may have not been for you guys to be together. If that was the case, it would have happened. So God knows exactly what was supposed to happen, how it was supposed to unfold. And I don't want to make this any longer, because I thought this was only going to be like a 3-minute message. But I feel like, whatever needed to come out in this video. And, so clearly take the lesson as this is not a validation of you being unworthy or not enough, but you are being protected, and that you were meant to help this person. But for you, the lesson was as well is to love yourself and love your uniqueness that you have, and, take pride in the fact that you're not like, trying to be like everybody else. Or the only reason why, unique people who are unique are the way that they are is because they embrace themselves as they are. They're not trying to fit into what society or media says is trendy, what media says is beautiful, handsome, what's popular, what's the tone. You're going against the grain by saying, yeah, I could still be spiritual, I could still be attractive without doing X, Y, and Z, or I could still, be someone of substance without having to do this or have that, right? That I am somebody. I don't have to have all of this stuff, or, to prove that I am whatever. I am what I am. I am that I am. So Spirit is saying that is your lesson. And for this person, their lesson was to, choose more from the heart, not maybe necessarily just with love, but they are going to feel like that sense of regret that day. I had something placed in front of me that was genuine, that was real, someone that was special, that was unique, that really did have a genuine vibe with them and connection, but instead I chose X, Y, and Z. And that was silly. That was immature of me. That was childish of me. They're going to see that later on in life if they have yet to already. So, yeah. Long story short, that is the message. I'm sorry, that was like so long-winded, but I feel like maybe that was just the way that it was supposed to come out. It is what it is. So be blessed, be safe, take care, be at peace. Much love as always.